So my name is Dust. I'm a regular speaker at Speaker's Corner here, and I've been asked to do a little bit about democracy and a better world, and which I'm more than happy to give to you with this. It's very simple. If we look for a world to be divided, like here we have here today, where people come here to find differences from each other, then we'll find a world of war and madness. But if we find what brings us together rather than what separates us, we then find a world united. And I've been asked to talk about democracy, which is one of my main speaking points here at Speaker's Corner. And democracy offers to bring people together, because it gives everybody with different views a chance of power within a country and a voice within that country.
Can you explain what you mean by democracy?
So this is a really good point.
Yeah.
Right, today in the UK is not a democracy. America is not a democracy. These are delusion. They use the word democracy for one sole purpose, and that is to destroy the idea of democracy in people's minds. They destroy the idea of having any political say in your own country. That's what they use the term for, to abuse. And every time you look at people in power in what they call democracy, they're nothing but corrupt, sexual abusers, have no interest in the protection of the people that they govern over. Look how they handle coronavirus. Look at all the wars they go to with other countries. Look how they try to stop you from having free health and free education. These are the very anybody who manifests those achievements from themselves is not part of the democracy. They are part of a dictatorship over a democracy. That's why they call it democracy. So that every man and every woman that votes looks at it and goes, well, that's fucking disgusting. Why should I want to participate in that? Which is why we have so many people not voting, which makes them stronger. It makes the dictator happier, stronger and more powerful. And that's the history of modern democracy. So what I come here to Speaker's Corner to say is what democracy truly looks like. And the first obvious rule is one person, one vote. And it doesn't matter what your faith is, sexual orientation, your belief or philosophy. It's one person, one vote into a system which is not first past the system, but a proportional representation based system. What they have at the moment is how rich you are gives how much voting block you have. So therefore the billionaires, they have huge voting sways. When they vote, it's just not one person, one vote. It is literally millions and millions and millions of votes that they have and that they represent. They do that through the medium of the media, through the medium of lobbying politicians. That should be illegal. Very insane, horrible things which attacks and is the very cancer of a democracy. It's literally paying for politicians to put in your pocket. And so it works perfectly for them. They get to own the government through this system, and also get the average person on the street never to want to vote. That's exactly, it's a win-win scenario. The democracy is one person, one vote. And because you didn't vote for the right person, your vote should not be put in the bin. In the UK, if you didn't vote for the right person, instantly your vote's put in the bin. Literally. There's a literal bin that they pour millions and millions of votes in, and then it's just chucked away in a dump and never thought about again. That is your life gone for 4 years, by the way. Into
7
the bin.
sometimes. Sometimes even 7.
Sometimes in 7.
Yeah, if not more.
A duration of time is in the bin, and that's what they thought of you as a human being. You are no longer allowed part of that democracy. A democracy has to have symbols in it, and those symbols can never be attacked. What do those symbols look like? The people of the country have to own their own media. The people of the country have to own the politicians. They own them through that vote. And those politicians are legally bound, therefore, to carry out what they portrayed when they were trying to get your vote in the first place. Because right now they can say any old shit, literally. And do they have to live to that? No, they do not. Whatever they say, they can forget it instantly. And what is the history of democracy in this UK? It's politicians forgetting what they said instantly. So democracy, if you were to put a manifesto forward, Labour manifesto, Tory manifesto, you'd be legally bound with huge sanctions for not following through, unless there's some obvious reason like Corona-19 happens. But Corona-19 is a bit of a one-off event. So the last 60 years, a manifesto should be legally binding. If it's not, you don't live in democracy. Also, your country, whatever country you live in, needs a constitution. Not the one that's like in America, which is owned by a few judges and a few billionaires, but a constitution written by the people, for the people, defending human rights. A constitution defending your right to live. Everybody would agree, not everyone, 99.9% of people would agree, the first rule of that constitution would be everyone has a right to life. How many people are going to disagree with that? How many? 10 out of a billion people? Possibly. So that's how you build a constitution, with some very basic fundamentals. And that means you can't have weapon companies selling you chemical weapons to spray on your fields, which happens right now. We have a company called Bayers, which, by the way, invented the gas to kill the Jews, now selling you that same chemical, thereabouts the same chemical, to spray on your crops. It's called Roundup. That company would be illegal because the attack it is against human beings today, right now, and all the other crimes they've done between now and then. You're not allowed to kill a human being. Yet we have companies like cigarette companies, car companies, which their sole purpose is to kill human beings. They don't care about selling cars. They care about putting CO2 into the environment. And when we say, well, that's a bit bad, they go, well, you're a bit crazy for daring to think the environment is something we should be caring about. It's only because we have to breathe it without choice. So democracy could overcome psychopathic nutcases that rule major corporations. It could do that without war. Legislation, just simple legislation like making electric cars. Why don't we have electric cars? That seems like a good thing. Let's plough subsidies and grant monies to anybody wishing to make an electric car. Elon Musk. His major revenue source isn't from selling electric cars. It comes literally from car companies that are selling ICE engines, internal combustion engine, selling ICE engines. They have to buy vouchers because of the amount of damage they're doing. And those vouchers they have to buy from Elon Musk. So democracy would ensure the survival of the human being, and more than that, make sure each community grows to love each other and understand each other, rather than this passionate hate that we have today. Thank you. My name's Dust. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I have a poetry website, so please visit that. It's called poemsofdust.blogspot.com. It has some of my thoughts and musings in a poetic way upon that page. Please enjoy. Hope you that was somewhat enlightening. And if you have any questions, please feel free to find me and ask me. This is about debate. Thank you.